So
that feeling will never leave me.
So what after that? What was your next move? Did you make an attempt to reach out to Tyler Perry? Because you're telling me that allegedly Tyler Perry, basically, then what you're saying that he took your tape, created characters off your tape, make his thing, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and he's been making millions going forward using your characters, allegedly, using your characters, and you have not collected a dollar from from people that you created. And you're saying to me as well that I'm thinking that I'm assuming right. So it is still bothering you because you know that you created the character. And if it wasn't bothering you, you would have let it go a long time. But you know that these are characters that you created. Back then, you wouldn't have seen a Jamaican in a dress, a Jamaican male in a dress. And you're saying to me at the time you were trying to, you wanted to showcase the Caribbean version of what Tyler Perry is doing right now, right?
Or I showcased those characters that he took and flip and do it in his,
American way.
American way. JA Irie Radio, the way you're fresh is like a beer girl beard. See me as up to the time, it's called Tell, representing for Irie Radio. Kick it.
They can't keep a good man down. JA Irie Radio, play the one your country or town in any zone. Hey, JA Irie Radio, bang it.
This is the angel, the first lady of dancehall. Big it up, JA Irie Radio. And so keep it locked.
All right, so good afternoon, people. My name is Sherry S, and this is the Chit Chat Radio show, and we are here at a community-based radio station. It's called JA Irie Radio, located where? In Queens, New York. And we're happy to have in studio with us today. We do have a brother. His name is Zippy Gan. You may ask, who is Zippy Gan? You may ask, who is Zippy Gan? But Zippy Gan has a story to tell. And you may wonder, why is he telling his story now? But I'll give you a brief background on Zippy before I even say hi to Zippy Gan. Zippy Gan is a brother who was an MC here in New York City. Still an MC. But one of the things that MCing job did, it put him in places where he got to meet people the likes of 50 Cent. He told me that the first time 50 Cent went on the stage at 15, he was the person who brought him on. He told me about Jay-Z. What did he say was Jay-Z's name before he was Jay-Z? Jigga Z. Yeah. And he also told me too that Jigga Z, who is now incidentally Jay-Z, was a duo. It was Jigga Z and Biggie and B.I.G.
Who they call Biggie later.
So it was Jigga Z, now Jay-Z, and B.I.G. They did everything together. But what we're to talk about today, apart from winning the Apollo Theater, what Zippy Gan did, he had submitted some work. Zippy, you want to tell me about that? To the Apollo Theater. You said you submitted some work to the Apollo Theater.
Right. So to crystallize it, it was to the Apollo Comedy Hour. I had earlier in like maybe 3 years before entered the talent competition at the Apollo Theater and had won.
Yes.
And had been placed first. But when you had the comedy surge in the comedy space with the Def Comedy Jam, Saturday Night Live, then the Apollo set up something called the Apollo Comedy Hour to compete with Def Comedy Jam.
Yes.
They had it on TV. I think it was NBC, the same stage. So they were competing programs. And I made a comedy video in 1994, 95 to 95, and I called it The Positive Jamaican, because at that time there was a lot of propaganda on Jamaican posse, Jamaican posse days, and it was all derogatory. So I kind of qualified the name and called my video Positive, Posse,
yes,
Tive, Jamaican.
Right.
So, just to qualify it and make it better. And usually when you're in the entertainment world and you have a product or a production, you try to submit it or shop it, You know what I'm saying? And
To see if someone will pick it up.
right. So I was submitting the work, with my resume and my 8x10. And one of the places that I sent it, I sent it to Saturday Night Live, and I sent it to Def Comedy Jam.
Yes.
And one of the places I sent it was the Apollo Comedy Hour, which was the competing with Def Comedy Jam.
Right, right.
And, then I called around to all the others, and they would tell me whatever they told me. But I didn't hear from the Def Comedy Jam, the Apollo Comedy. I didn't hear from them, so I had to call them. I had to get their number and call them to find out what was going on. And behold, when I called, the receptionist, when I tell her the name, she was a Caribbean. You could hear her accent. So the title alone got her to say, I remember that video.
Yeah.
And she had to tell me, Mr. Tyler Perry took it home. Mr. Tyler Perry took it home to view it.
So at the time, what was Tyler Perry's connection with the Apollo Theatre?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know who Tyler Perry was. And I said, who is Mr. Tyler Perry? She said, you don't know Mr. Tyler? I said, no. She said, he's a producer, an Hollywood producer. And he took home your video to view it. He took it home to view it. I remember that video. And we talk.
And that was positive Jamaica.
Positive Jamaica.
Positive Jamaica.
Right.
So Mr. Tyler Perry, if you are listening, this should kind of jog your memory a bit, I guess. So if just think back and say, I know you've made your millions and your billions now. Think and see if it makes sense to you if you allegedly borrow that thing.
Yeah, me and her talk other things. I mean that flirt with her and joke. Because I'm a comedian, one of the things I do I flirt with them.
Yeah.
To make them laugh.
Yeah. Break the ice.
Right. So me and her did, and me learn some other things which me a hold for my, caution, right?
Yes.
Right. So he knows, because he makes his billions and he built his empire off it.
Right.
So he know that he took it home. It's no question. And now he hear me saying this, and he's been silent.
But one of the things you told me was that you said, like, approximately 2 years later, you saw advertisement for Diary of a Black Woman, you said?
Mad Black Woman.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Tell me about that.
Right, so this is what happened. It's probably a year and a half after, because I submitted this in like 19.
So you didn't receive it back?
No.
Oh.
And I didn't receive the release that they say they were going to send me to sign and send back to them.
Right.
Right. So what was happening at the time, the Caribbean space was bubbling, and dancehall was just getting big, and the Caribbean comedy, because the director WLIB Radio was Caribbean. So the Caribbean
was getting a buzz.
Was getting a buzz, and we were getting places. So, there we were. So, he was advertising his play, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, at the Beacon Theatre. I'm going to tell you about the Beacon Theatre already. So, he rented the Beacon Theatre, and that's where he was, promoting his play to be. And his play was Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and it was blockbuster. It was everybody was talking about it.
Right.
And he was doing double shows and matinees and stuff. And then they were advertising on the radio, WLIB, sold out, show added, sold out matinee.
Beacon Theatre.
It was burning up the place. And it was his debut, and it was new.
Right.
People was talking about it. And I had planned to get tickets to go see it, but I don't remember what happened. It was probably a money issue. But I didn't get to go see it in the theater until it stopped playing.
Right.
And then one time I took a friend up to Harlem to see some relatives, and they were watching comedy. What you watching? And she said, what you watching? Oliver? And they said, no, Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Right.
And it caught my attention. Because usually everybody was watching Oliver, because it was right about the time at Oliver at Large, right? But when they ran upstairs and leave me downstairs, I'm going to start watch the video on TV, man. Then when Mr. Madia, the character Madia come out, course it start wash me, and then when I see the other characters them come out dressed like how my characters dress on my video, I was like, oh, this is what
yeah.
Thank you. This is what happened, Sherry. Yeah, Sherry.
Okay. So you saw your character on the video. Yeah.
Medea, Deacon Garvey and these other characters I have, and the dress code, the coordination was the same as what was in my video. I can remember now, of course, with wash me, everybody run what they wanted to call ambulance. I said, no, I just really have to get out of here.
So
that feeling will never leave me.
So what after that? What was your next move? Did you make an attempt to reach out to Tyler Perry? Because you're telling me that allegedly Tyler Perry, basically then what you're saying that he took your tape, created characters off your tape, make his thing, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and he's been making millions going forward using your characters allegedly. Using your characters, and you have not collected a dollar from from people that you created, and you're saying to me as well that I'm thinking that I'm assuming right. So it is still bothering you because you know that you created the character, and if it wasn't bothering you, you would have let it go a long time. But you know that these are characters that you created back then. You wouldn't have seen a Jamaican in a dress, a Jamaican male in a dress. And you're saying to me at the time you were trying to, you wanted to showcase the Caribbean version of what Tyler Perry is doing right now, right?
Or I showcased those characters that he took and flip and do it in his,
American way.
American way. I couldn't do anything after I found that video.
Right.
I couldn't do anything other than investigate and start finding out who he is and what he was about. Because remember, he was brand new in the space.
Yes.
Even though he's claiming that he was doing things out west or something like that.
In New York, you never know him. And you are seeing your tape being portrayed in Tyler Perry's, allegedly, in Tyler Perry's plays, and you know that these are characters you created. So, Mr. Tyler Perry, if you are listening to me and you want to refute what this brother is saying, we'd love to have you, or put a statement out. Let us know if what he's saying is true, because I'm going to paraphrase what I think I got from what Mr. Zippy Gan said. He said that at the time, Tyler Perry, you were the what was it? Well, you were a talent.
He was the talent coordinator. On the talent committee at the Apollo. He submitted his tape not only to the Apollo but to a few other places, including Def Jam here in New York. He's saying that he heard back from everybody else. He did not sign a release for his tape to leave the Apollo Theater. But when he called into the Apollo Theater to find out what is going on with my thing, he found out that, according to the receptionist, Mr. Tyler Perry allegedly took the tape home to review it. He never got back his tape. And then approximately 2 years later, thereabout, he saw the advertisement for a Diary of a Mad Black Woman. It bothered him. But then he happened to be in Harlem visiting some friends. And while he was there, they were watching a comedy tape. And I wonder, what are you watching? But at the time, our comedian was a brother by the name of Oliver Samuels. He thought that they were watching Oliver Samuels, but no, they said they were watching Diary of a Mad Black Woman. So he started to take a peep at it. He took a look at it, and guess what? When he looked at the thing, what did he say? His characters, his tape, the only thing that you, Mr. Tyler Perry, allegedly did not take, the only character you did take was the Rastaman. What's Rastaman name again? Rasai.
You never take Rashai. Well, you take everybody else.
And here the interesting thing about it, right? He wasn't. I was in that time. I was was well known because I was doing the reggae awards and all these things. He
Right.
was little known here.
Right.
Right. And how would I have known that he was the talent coordinator on the talent committee? Because it's nowhere posted on their archive.
Yes.
Right. So it was like a silent thing he was doing. I
yes.
wouldn't have known that unless the Apollo Comedy were told us.
Yes.
I wouldn't have known.
You would know who he
so
was.
when they tell us that, that was for some form of residence.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because you can't find out from anybody if you look in the past at their thing. You won't see it on their archive that he was the coordinator
Right.
of the talent committee. It was a silent position.
Yeah. So, so Mr. Tyler Perry, if you're watching or if your friends and families are watching, and if you have a conscience, if you really did take this brother's tape, allegedly, we're saying to you, it's time for you to have a conversation with Mr. Zippy Gan. Zippy Gan is a humble brother, and he's saying that he never collected, he never got paid. So, Mr. Perry, if you really did borrow Mr. Zippy Gan's tape, same character, same everything, and you forgot that you borrowed the tape. But what you do have, and you're a God-fearing brother. I've heard you talked about how much God means to you, and so it's time to look into yourself. If you did it, allegedly, look into yourself and say, I should at least compensate Mr. Zippy Gan for his work, which I have made billions of. Now I'm wealthy, now I'm rich, and Mr. Zippy Gan is still there. And for those naysayers who are out there saying that Zippy Gan is doing it for the publicity, he already told me it's not the publicity. The reason why he's doing it now, because at the time he couldn't believe that someone would be so brazen to take his work and use it. So what he did, he had put that side of him on the back burners, and then he started another career path doing real estate and among other things. But if you think back, Zippy Gan was a well-known MC here in New York. He has brought on some of the biggest names. He brought on at one event he was doing, Taylor Dane. They came and asked him, can you give her a little talk? She came on the stage, she did her thing. Mariah Carey. And don't forget that he was the first brother, according to Mr. Zippy Gan, that brought 50 Cent, a 15-year-old 50 Cent, on the stage. Jay-Z and Biggie, before Jay-Z was Jay-Z. What was his name again?
Jigga Z
and Biggie Small. He told me that they used to perform as a duo, and he was the first MC to bring them on the stage. So you guys, everybody out there doing your thing, and you all forget about this brother. So 50, I think it's time to buy the brother a drink too. Don't you think so? Right, Jay-Z? It's time to buy him a drink too, because he gave you guys a platform when nobody else would. So we're not begging nothing, but I'm just saying, and this is all me saying this now, that you didn't remember the brother who had you back when nobody else did. Am I wrong?
It's called the honor code. If you all don't know about it, learn about it. It's the honor code, right?
The honor code.
And it's very interesting with Tyler Perry that he did all of that and he built an empire, and I applaud him, right? Because to do what he has done is you got to commend him on that.
Yes.
It don't take, no.
He has to be a smart brother to do that.
Right? So I never did have the intention or purpose to pull him down or to say derogatory things against him or mash him up. Never. Yeah. That's why you see me so calm and deal with it.
Yes.
Because them say there are many ways to skin a cat,
Yes,
you
absolutely.
understand? So I deal with it from a diplomatic level. Because I tell you, bankrupt all of them.
Yes.
Because it's easy to do, especially when they're in the position
that they're in.
So I'm better know where I do. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have known some of these things if I didn't have friends and people in the industry that know. He was telling me to tell you something about Spike Lee, but we didn't get into Spike Lee. But I think Spike Lee was the first big case that I dealt with. I was the one in, I think, 85, 86 who told Spike Lee how to finance his first film using credit cards. I don't know. I heard him say it on an interview the other day that he financed his first film by credit card, but he didn't say that as Zippy
He never
Gan
give you the
show.
credit.
Never say Zippy Gan show him how to do it.
Yeah.
because in them times, black people first never really have credit cards that much, You didn't even have ATMs.
Right.
So he wanted to finance his film. And in the industry, they call investors into film, they call them angels, right? And he had an ad out in the show business paper, not the backstage, the show business. Backstage took over show business. An ad that he was looking for a select group of investors to angel an NYU film. I think he went to NYU, right? And I called him up, and he was telling me, so he hear my accent, he was saying, "Oh, you're Trinidadian?" I said, "No, why?" He said, "Oh, because I have a girlfriend, she's Trinidadian." So we're talking, so him tell me, I asked him what the budget he has, what is he looking for.
Right.
And it wasn't that much money, because him say it's a student film, independent film. So I said, well, instead of going through all of that, if you know that you can make your film in a short space of time and sell it, then you can use credit card. Do you know anyone that have credit cards?
Right.
So him say his casting agent, which was the same Trinidadian.
Yeah.
He thinks she might have. So I said, well, if she has and have two, then what you can do is you can take one, get a cash advance from it, use it to do your casting and whatever else you need to do there and get it off. Then you need another one, because when that one comes due, you take an advance on the second card and pay that off so you don't get any bad credit or anything, right? And then you have to be sure that you can finish the film in time to sell it, because he said he has, distributors line up for it and stuff. And that's how he did She's Gotta Have It. That's how he made his first film.
Wow.
By using that technique that I gave him.
So
he wanted to put me in the film, but I never did.
And you see, guys, and so right here is the Sherry S. Chit Chat Radio Show, and our goal, our aim right here is to showcase people, to let you know what's happening, to let you know what's going on in the world today. And today we were happy to have in studio with us Mr. Zippy Gan. And as we say our goodbye, we just want to leave this with you, Mr. Tyler Perry. All right, don't forget that Mr. Zippy Gan is a legend, that what you did was kind of wrong. You took his tape, you took his work, you made it your own, you took his characters, you made it your own, and these are all allegedly from my part, because the station takes no responsibility. But because he lived it, he knows what he wrote. He's saying, Tyler Perry, it's time to have that conversation. It's time to reach out to Mr. Zippy Gan. It's time to let him know what's going on. And we're going to remind you, as we go, we're going to remind everyone, all our listeners, everyone who is sent this tape to, the name of the tape. Think back and see if you can find that tape. Think back and see if the tape rings a bell to you. So, Mr. Zippy Gan, remind them as we go the name of the tape that you submitted to the Apollo. Where again? Apollo Comedy
Hour.
Apollo Comedy Hour, that you never got back, that you didn't sign any release for anybody to take it out of the studio, and that you are still waiting to collect from your work that you did. What's the name of your tape again, Mr. Zippy Gan?
No, can't miss it, Positive Jamaican. The name alone make you take a second and third look. Remember, can't miss it. And Spike Lee, big up yourself. You're one of my tutors, You're one of those filmmakers I look up to, because you changed the game. Zippy Gan honor you. Yeah, Spike Lee?
Spike Lee, 50 Cent, Jay-Z or Jigga Z. Don't forget your brother right here. He did it for you when you guys needed him, all right? A 15-year-old 50 Cent, he did it for you. And don't forget Tyler Perry, allegedly, if you took the man thing. Talk to him, all right?
And big up Kissing Town, that's our born and girl. That's what produced us. Yeah, Red Dirt, Martian Land. That's why we copper skin Martian.
Is Kitson Town in St. Catherine?
Yes. You know the Red Dirt.
I know Brownsall. My family from Brownsall.
Brownsall.
My family from Brownsall.
Yeah, man, all them places, St. John's Road, Spanish
Yes, man. And it would be remiss of us to not shout out our host today, which is JA Irie Radio. It is a Black-owned, community-based radio station. We also have to shout out Hungry Man Films. Because trust me, look for it, because Hungry Man Films is not gonna rest until everyone hears this story. And we're talking about the story, the documentary of our brother, Mr. Zippy Gan. Zippy Gan, thank you for a beautiful day. It was our day well spent. I appreciate everything, and we're going to help to you to share your story so others can hear about it. Any last word for everybody listening to you?
Yeah, man, and thanks to the beautiful and gorgeous Sherry. Yes, it's lovely and a wonderful privilege to have met you and
yes,
speak
sir.
with you.
Thank you.
May I tell you the intellect up?
All right.
And everyone, man, big up on yourself. This is the defrosting of Zippy Gan. You know, we've been on the ice for a while, been fettered and bound by Babylon. But right now, you know, we are break all chains, and we want to remember about the Lion of Judah. And if we go read, there's a book called The Lion of Judah in the New World. I think if you read that, it will change your life. Eyes, wake up and face the morning sun. Let just sunrise. Open your eyes. Got to realize the time has come to arise. Big up Third World, my favorite.
Blessings and much love. Thanks again. All right, people. That's it. That's it. That, as I say in Jamaica, that is it.
I eat that.
I eat that. Mr. Perry,
I love your pump.
do the right thing.
Don't let me flirt with you. I love your pump.
Bubble in your bubble, bubble.